What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about LCX today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. All right, here we are at about 14 cents now on the day, the 30th of March. We have about 7 hours left in the day. Coming up to the end of the week here. It's also 7 hours left in the week, and then we have about a day after that until it's the end of the month. We are looking to find support at a lower price. It's looking like we do want to go lower. I'm anticipating Bitcoin drops about another. Oh wow, are we down today? I think we've actually moved down since I last made a video here. Yeah, we moved down a little bit. Bitcoin's probably going to drop about 12%, 13% from here. So I would think LCX follows suit, and it probably drops a little bit more, and that's fine, right? We were looking for this to be support, to be an area of support, and it was for a short time, but not a long time, right? That's for damn sure. If we take this relative low here on maybe not February 3rd, I don't want to take that day, but from that low there to this high here, we are just now interacting with the 1272. It wouldn't surprise me at all if we went all the way down to the 1618. If Bitcoin's going to drop 13% to 14%, LCX certainly could drop about 20.5%, maybe even 21%. Could it go lower? Sure. Maybe we see a 31% drop. I don't think that's what's going to happen, but it could happen. 14.1 cents now. Probably my guesses would be that we don't break below 10 cents, but if we do, it would be very, very insignificant amounts below 10 cents, and it would be very, very short-lived if we did get below 10 cents. And then from there, we would recover rapidly, right? The 1618, I think, is a very good area to find support right there, and we could go a little bit lower, sure. Maybe we do, maybe we don't, but that's kind of what I'm expecting. From a low to a high, let's see here. We've got the 1618 lining up with this 1618, so it's perfect, man. It really is. If we take this high to low and we look at the extended areas here, all the way up to this 1618, you see the significance that we show at this level, and sometimes you do go a little bit through it. It's not what you necessarily would expect to see, but it can happen. So just be prepared for that, okay? My expectation would be that LCX finds support around 11.2, 11.3 cents, with the exception that it could go a little bit lower from here, okay, or a little bit lower from there. The daily RSI is bearishly postured, living above the 50 without staying above it for too long. Really, sorry. Let me rephrase that. You're living below the 50, and when you get above it, you're not staying above it for too long. Definitely living below the 50. You're even living below the 40 for a good bit of the time. And I think that you've just been waiting to get oversold. This downside move will likely coincide with a oversold reading in the RSI. I don't think that it'll be too extreme, but that might be the ticket to finding resolution of this overall consolidation phase that you've been in since December here. When it does come time for you to move higher, and you will be moving higher in no time at all, you will see new all-time highs. You'll be breaking out above these levels here and likely see some phenomenal growth, right? From last cycle's high in November 2021 to the bear market low here in December 2022. The Fibonacci extensions that we get are at $1.30, $2, and $3.64. I would anticipate that your minimum target from here, if you're at about 14 cents now, the minimum target could be, and maybe I shouldn't say minimum target, but based off this fib, would be a 9x from here. If we were to take the high to the low of this overall consolidation phase that you're in right now, your minimum target, technically, this is probably a better minimum target, would be about a 4x from here at about 61 cents. But I would think if you get to new all-time highs after consolidating like this for over a year now, and not seeing new all-time highs since the last cycle, I would think that you don't stop at the minimum target. You probably do continue onwards. So I would think anything from a 4x at a minimum to maybe a 5, 6x at a minimum could be expected. But genuinely, I think prices above $1 are what we're looking for whenever this move is all said and done. And when this move happens, I think it'll be by the end of May, by the end of June, that we come to full maturity of this area. $1.06, $1.30, maybe as high as $2, something like that could be what we expect. It's possible, LCX, that you could do dramatically higher prices, but I don't know. I'm not counting on that myself. I think something around $1 to $2. That's a big enough range right there, and we're at 14 cents now. So I think something in that zone is where you're going to go, where you're going to find resistance, and likely where you would consolidate for your next run up, right? You'll probably consolidate somewhere in this zone, or find resistance and then consolidate a little bit below, maybe in between where you find resistance here and these prior areas of resistance. And then going into the end of the year, you'll see your final ascent, or maybe you'll have another move up and then consolidate again, and then one more move up, whatever, however it looks. But I would think that we do stop by the end of the cycle for end of cycle highs, something around like 365 to potentially prices as high as 25. Is that right? $26? Could that happen? Let's just see. I mean, if this right here is a 100x, right? That's a 100x. I could see it happening, man. LCX is a multi-100xable coin. It certainly is. Not saying that it does. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but being here at $134 million in market cap, a 100x is a $13 billion market cap, $14 billion market cap. A 200x would be, less than 30 billion, above 25 billion or something like that, right? And if that's the case, I mean, I could certainly see you seeing these targets here. It's possible you could go even higher, but oftentimes cycle after cycle from a high to a low, all coins do stop at their 1618 to 2272 areas. They don't really go too much higher than that. That doesn't mean that you have to hit your 1618 by the end of the cycle. That doesn't mean that you will go all the way up here. I'm just saying this is your kind of end of cycle predictions and stuff. It's completely possible by the end of May that you see this thing up at 364. I don't think it goes there, but it's possible, right? Let alone the targets that we've had at lower prices here. But again, my expectation, end of this move, end of like June, May, somewhere in that time frame, will be around $1, maybe $1.30 to $2, something like that. If I really had to guess, that's kind of my preferred area. And then if not there, maybe we stop at about $1 or a little bit lower, but I don't think that that's what happens. $1 at the least. That's like my minimum target, really. And then by the end of the cycle, the minimum target that I would have is about 365. Maximum target I would have might even be above $30, something around there. We're at 14 cents now. We could even see higher targets than that, but I think it'll be more appropriate to discuss end of cycle predictions once we have resolution of this next phase up, which I think we will have by the end of Q2. So Q2 is looking to be bullish. We're going to close out Q1 here on a bearish note and probably start off April even on a bearish note. I think that these lows that we're anticipating, below 10 cents or even around 10 cents, how much, what was the price? Was it 10 cents or was it 12 cents? 12 cents, 11 cents. I forget. Fiki. Shh. Fiki, shh. Be quiet. Maybe it was 11 cents. Just below 10 cents to just below 12 cents. Is that what it was? Let me see. Vikish. Yeah, just below 12 cents, maybe like 11.5 cents to just below 10 cents, right? Those are the target areas. We'll see that happen, I think, over the coming days, probably less than a week from now. And then April will be a month to reconfigure ourselves, begin to grow. May, June, we're really going to pop off, and that's when I think we'll see targets above $1. That's all I have. Thank you all for being here. I've frozen for some reason. Now I'm back. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.